And to all the SWAYBO members, supporters, parents, alumni, I want to thank you for this opportunity to speak today. Because as I was driving over, my dad asked me, "You going to speak at SWAYBO? Can they afford you?" I said, "You know what? I did not ask about their speaker budget. But I thank you because I think I've received more in terms of payment from the value I received today in two categories. Number one is the reminder of where I came from. Because how many of you know that I was once in SWAYBO? Oh, see, that's a secret. So from my 6th grade year through my 10th grade year, I was a member of SWAYBO. I was president twice. Once right before switching. I'm sorry, what do y'all call it? That's Mr. Menifee. What do they call him? Chief. Yeah. Chief Ed. And in that time, I learned a lot of life lessons. So I thank you again for that reminder and reminded me of how much I know from what I learned here. But even more exciting to me is the promise that there is for our future. As I look at all of your bright faces, articulate answers, and ambitious, courageous stances, I can't help but be proud and impressed of the things I see here, because it's in stark contrast to what they tell you we look like out in the world. So give yourselves a And I got so excited to speak at SWAYBO today that I actually decided on 2 keynotes that I could deliver. So you have to help me know what you want to hear from me. Is that okay? I am an accredited speaker with Toastmasters International. Last year I was one of the finalists in the World Championship of Public Speaking. So I have lots of platform experience, right? Woo. So option 1, I can deliver a perfectly grammatically correct keynote, detailed with bullet points that you can take notes on and put in your drawer. Okay? Option 2, have an exciting, interactive, just tell them my story of the things that happened to me, what I was like when I was you, that I could share with you. So if you want the long, boring one, clap. If you want a short, funny story about who I was when I was your age, clap for that. Woo! So let's talk about me and SWAYBO. Some of you may relate. I do not remember asking to join SWAYBO. I was instructed that I was to get in the car on Tuesday and go listen and take notes. When we got to SWAYBO, it was a Tuesday evening. I think we met from 5 to 7 at the time. And that was my first time meeting Mr. Ed Menifee. And you know, my dad is one of those people. He always tells me, look at people in the eyes when you shake their hands. Say, shake his hand and ask him how he's doing. How you doing? Best day of my life. Different, but that was what he said every time we asked how he was doing. And as subtle as it is, it wasn't a part of the curriculum, but it's something I've taken with me into life as a basic success principle. If you reach and greet people at a higher level of enthusiasm and excitement about life, they'll be excited about you. Does that make sense? Now, it turns out that our society has changed over time, so my brother and I have actually taken that all the way through our life. We still greet people in a surprising way. But what I've learned is that most people don't say, how are you doing? What do they say these days? What's up? Now, what do you say when people say what's up? Nothing. Slow motion in the big city. Try this out. What's up? My income. Everybody say, what's up, SWAYBO? My income. 2 automatic effects of that, subliminal and psychological for you. It sets you in motion on that process of thinking about the more that's coming to you. And usually puts them in a position to want more of what you have. So just in greeting, my first opportunity, I had to get up and go to SWAYBO. Oh, by the way, that's my theme for today. If anybody's really scoring this, I have 5 keys for up. So by the time I get to 5, you'll know I'm finished. That makes sense. The first one was what? Get up. Everybody got it? Yeah. Get up. Did I want to get up? No. Did it make me get up? Yes. But by getting up, it changed my life in a very specific way. Because not only did we have to get up on Tuesday, we had to get up on Saturday. Now, did y'all have projects like we had projects? One day, Mr. Menifee had us selling pet rocks. Have y'all sold rocks?
I did.
Do you know where we got the rocks from? In the lot outside Mount Calvary. Just went and picked up rocks. We couldn't take donations, but we could sell those rocks. We sold pet rocks, watermelons, donuts, candy. My project of choice was the Christmas card project. It was a high profit item. And as I went through those years, it built into my mindset something that changed over time. Because when I first got to SWAYBO, I said, this is not cool. Anybody look at you? I mean, don't raise your hand if you don't think SWAYBO is cool. Just raise your eyebrows and nod it. But what is cool is a comma in your bank. What's real cool is touring the country. We went coast to coast, east coast to west coast. We cruised the Caribbean. I visited 22 states by the time I was 18 years old, all based on projects we did, money we raised, and applying the knowledge that came here. I was at an advantage point in terms of experience for the other people that were there. So our first step was get up, but the second step is you have to show up. Because how many of you know, when I was a member of SWAYBO, by the time I was president, we had 30 members on the roster. Yes. We had 15 or 16 people that made it to the trip. Can you relate to that? Yes. But who shows up? The people that show up are the ones that get paid, and you have to show up again and again and again. But by getting up and showing up, where are we right now? We have one down. First of all, we have to
get up.
And then we have to show up. And then the next thing you got to do, especially in SWAYBO, you don't really have a choice. You have to step up. Because I remember vividly, my first year in SWAYBO, the president of SWAYBO was J.R. Jones. J.R. was a grown man. He was 21 years old. He was as old as you could be. The year after that, Neutrina Johnson was president of SWAYBO. She was a senior in high school. And the year after that, I was the president. I was just going to the 9th grade. But it was my time, and I had to step up. And that was my first practical experience in leadership. Any of you been a leader for the first time? I asked you to do something that you hadn't done? Here's a secret that I learned then that has shaped and changed my life going forward. Write this down if you don't have it. Stepping up is the way to get to a higher level. If you want more money than you have, more success than you have, more happiness than you have, you got to step up beyond what you're already doing. And when you step up, the most important thing begins happening automatically. Now let me keep score. I got to make sure I'm going to add this. You have to first get up, then show up, and step up. The most important thing I'm going to share with you right now will happen automatically if you push yourself and step up. Mess up. Oh, you got to mess up. The biggest problem that we have in our culture today is everybody thinks that they got to be cool. But it's impossible to look cool and do something new at the same time. But if you don't do something new, you won't get a new result. And I remember, Ali, you're my favorite new member, by the way. Because as you were talking, I heard me. Because adults would ask the silly question that I asked all of you when I met you was, what do you want to be when you grow up? How many of you have been asked what you want to be when you grow up? How many of you know what you want to be when you grow up? Well, I knew for certain that when I joined SWAYBO, I want to be a superhero. Oh, I still want to be a superhero today. Oh, by the way, this is a free comic book day in America. If you go to any local comic book store, they do have free comic books available. All right. Now, I spent $100 after I got my free comic book. But in making mistakes, that's where we make progress. They say that a man that doesn't make any mistakes doesn't usually make anything else. And I remember one of my biggest blunders as a SWAYBO member was during my world famous monogram Christmas card project. My card sold anywhere from $8 to $25. And I approached every member of Cascade United Methodist Church that I knew and asked them to order cards from me. There was a new couple, Chris and Jane Mosley. They ordered 4 boxes of my $28 card. Go! Going on a trip this year. Unfortunately, for all of my academic talents, my handwriting was poor. How many of you know someone with poor handwriting? So I took their order and wrote it down. And Chris and Jane Mosley's Christmas cards came back. 100 cards for Chris and June Mosley. That's a mess up, isn't it? Because on the one hand, when it's all sales and it's all coming in as profit, $104 was going to be good. But I didn't have $104 to eat, so I tried to fix it with White Out. When you try to fix a monogram Christmas card with White Out.
Oh my God.
But I learned a lesson. Cleanly, clearly, completely, concisely, and correctly is important in your order forms too.
Yeah.
Not job applications. I got it right. Learn the lesson, pay the price, make the mistake, and mess up. And then the last thing. Now, where are we? What did we say so far? We have get up,
Show up,
step up, mess up, and never, ever give up. See, the game is actually, literally, already fixed in our favor. There's only 2 categories of people in the world. You have winners and quitters. Choose to win. Don't quit. There's a poem that I taught myself to inspire myself on a daily basis for this. It's by Edgar Guest. Wisdom is 100 years old, but the good thing about it is that principles don't change. Because you remember, I said I didn't know what I would be when I grow up. The thing that I did for most of my corporate career didn't exist when I was your age. Technology wasn't there. And in all likelihood, your greatest contribution will be on something we can't even imagine what it is yet. The good thing about principles is that they always remain. No matter how the technology changes. And in this principle, he said, if things go wrong, and they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, when you want to smile, you have to sigh. When cares are pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. See, life is strange. It has twists and turns, and every one of us sometimes learns that many a failure turns about when you might have won if you stuck it out. So don't give up. Though the pace seems slow, you might succeed with just another blow. Often the goal is nearer than it ever seemed to a faint and faltering man. So stick to your fight when your heart is hit. It's when things seem worse that you must not quit.
Yeah.
So I want to introduce 2 new things because technologies change over time, yes?
Yes.
I heard y'all say the 10 motivational terms that lead to success, right? They said goal setting, imagination, creativity, possibility thinking, explosive enthusiasm. That's how we used to do it. That's old school. So y'all know me being calm. Burning desire, stickability, interacting with others, self-discipline, and achieving results. Those are principles that will stay with you for life. But I want to do something new. Have y'all done a selfie yet? So I want to bring the first Keynote selfie to SWAYBO. So everybody stand up. We got to get this all in the picture. Got to lean in. Lean in. Get in the middle. Hey, wave my mom. Everybody wave my mom.
Hey, Miss Hardon.
There we go. Good job, SWAYBO. Wait. Bam. Got you. Keep getting up. Keep showing up. Keep stepping up. keep messing up, never ever give up, and I guarantee, boom, explosive, you'll blow up.
Yes.
All right.